Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, we've got a lot to discuss. This is all in regards to Onyx coin XCN. And as you can see, we have added new crypto bubbles to the crypto bubbles watch list. The watch lists do differ from, I've got so many different watch lists, honestly. We're adding on now, we're just keeping tabs in the market because there are certain narratives in the market, for example, like Dash and privacy coins. We all know that Z cash has been doing really well recently. Okay, so I've keeping an eye on all different types of cryptos, but right now, as you can see from this market consolidation, if I just go over to the daily, we can see Onyx XN coin is down 6.4%, and if we just come out into the week, Onyx coin is down 27.4%, and this is what I've done in the last week or so. It's been a couple of weeks now since I sold my Onyx XN bag anyway, and I've rotated. I was in Torshi. Only took about 10-15% hit. We was forecasting Torshi to go up, in fact. However, that continued to crumble down with the rest of the market, and there's a few outstanding coins now, like I say, with the privacy coins, Dash being one of them, which we're all in the Discord. If you guys want to join in the Discord, make sure to click the link down below and you can join that free of charge for 3 days. See how you get on and take it from there. So without further ado, let's dive into Onyx XN coin now. So for me, I like to keep my charts as simple as possible. There's millions and millions of different indicators out there, so many different combinations, but ultimately we want to know where the key levels are. This is where crypto goes to. Okay, this is where liquidity is in the market, and liquidity is what dictates the movements in the charts. Okay, so I'm going to be really pessimistic, and then I'll try and finish off with some optimism as well. Okay, so I'm going to give a fair counterbalance to both sides of the coin, okay, because we do know these markets can move in one direction, and I'll give you my probability as to what is going to happen now with Onyx XN coin. So as you can see, we've already drawn in the support. Again, key levels. Okay, we marked the bottom back down here. This was September of 23. Okay, and we get some impulsive rallies. We've had one peak, two peak, and then we come back down to retest this area of support. And again, going into US elections, boom, this is where we rocketed out of here, and this is where we actually made some terrific gains right now. So these markets are literally doing a rinse and repeat. So you'll bounce off the yellow line and you'll come back down. You'll bounce off the yellow line and you'll come back down. So for me, the yellow line is inevitable. I know it's not what everybody wants to hear. Everybody just wants to make a ton of money and sail away into the sunset. Unfortunately, the markets are very, very liquid. They're very volatile. And if you know how to play the game and you've got a long horizon and you don't want to make money, quick money just doesn't happen unless you're doing some sort of illegal activity. Do you know what I mean? Even crypto, which is volatile, it still takes time to make money. And this is what you've got to understand, guys. But for me, it's a clear downtrend now since we did that impulsive wave up there. That was actually 2,700. Maybe a little bit more, 2,800% gain, which is about 29-30x, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we know XCN is capable of fantastic gains, but you need to be buying at the bottom in order to actually capitalize on those gains, yeah? So all we're waiting now is waiting for Onyx XN coin, and that's what I believe, even with cryptos like Dash, like Zcash, they're all pumping. There's some other coins pumping as well. Again, what we're involved in the Discord, link is down below in the description. Or you can come over to my X account as well. Again, we've got the what.com/the block bulls as well. Just click on that link and that'll take you through to the Discord, and then you can join, guys. Make sure you're in there. We've got plenty of people in there. A lot of optimism now. We've got this call now with Dash. This is up massively. We've 2x'd our money, so we've doubled our money since this tweet. This was only on the 1st of November, so that's absolutely brilliant. Within 5 days, we've 2x'd our money, even since it was almost sort of 3x at one point. So there's other coins to make gains whilst Onyx XN coin is coming down. This is what I'm waiting for now. Now, for me, I want to be buying on this yellow line, and I've made it clear in previous videos. I've not done a video for a while, but I made it clear I want to be buying on this yellow trend line. I want my orders at around 0.027, and the reason being, if I just come out And if I plot these Fibonacci's on the macro time frame, yeah, so that's from a high down to a low here. Look at this red line here. We've got a bit of a bounce here at the 382, this orange fib level. So that's around 0.0062. Now you can see here the red number is dipping below the orange line now. So we're losing this level. Yeah, so all this price action in between these lines is literally just noise if you are a macro trader. Yeah. So if we're going to lose this orange golden line, the 382, we are going to come back down to the red one, in my view. Okay. Now you need to take this as an opportunity. Don't take it as a negative. Yeah. It's all about mindset. If you're watching this video, you may as well take action. We could see a bounce. There's a probability, but right now we are in a downtrend since that 30x move where we put that peak in there. We took out the 618 level, which is common once you've made a bottom. Retrace to the 618 level, you see a rejection. Now, the only decision you then have to make as an investor, once we've seen the downtrend, it's been evident. It's been evident now for the past 10 months, ever since we set that high back in January this year. It's evident we're in a downtrend. So until I see an impulsive sort of rally, I'd have to get above sort of this sort of level here. I'd be inclined to get above this sort of section here. This was an interesting bit of behaviour here. So I'd want at least to get above this sort of level to actually invalidate, at least see a strong bounce up to there to invalidate or at least confirm that this orange line here that I've been talking about is actually holding as support. Because if it doesn't, we're going to continue trading downwards, guys. I don't think the blood is over because, like I mentioned, we've got these 3 peaks here. We've got that 1 peak, 2 peak, and we've also got like a 3rd peak. I didn't want to duplicate those. I just wanted one of those. So this was like a 3rd peak. So it's like 3 peaks, and then you get the impulsive rally. Okay, January, boom, and then we're coming back down now. Okay, and these 3 peaks, if the price was to come down, which I imagine it will do so, that'll be enough to liquidate that peak, this peak, and also the first peak as well. That'll be enough. This red line here. So that is approximately, once I click on that measurement tool there, you can see it highlighted here in the far right hand screen. Well, it's on the right hand screen for me viewing this. So it's around 0.0027, which is what I've been covering for the past couple of weeks. I know I've not done a video, but certainly the last 2 or 3 videos, I was saying 0.0027. So I've saved myself a lot of money. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got out around this sort of section here. Somewhere around here. So I've saved myself 50%, 45, 50%. Yeah. I've taken a hit on other coins because all the old coins took a hit. But at least I'm only taking a 15% here as opposed to 50. Do you know what I'm saying? And you guys, if you're smart enough and you know how to play this to your advantage, there's another 55% dip from here. Imagine if you could actually save yourself 55%, ride something else up, like Dash, for example, which I do believe is going to do approximately 2x, maybe anywhere between 2 to 2.4x. Run that up. No brainer. I'll do a video on Dash in the coming days and the other privacy coins. Run that up. And at the same time, you've also got, once I find my charts, you've also got those profits to then roll back into Onyx XCN coins. So you've got to use these tokens, guys. They're just, what the thing is, people get hung up and they marry the coins. Yeah, I'm not taking a dig at the XRP community, but they are the worst for it. They'll hodl it till it's zero. It's just a mindset. It's like, at what point are you going to make a profit? Yes, your portfolio might be looking good because you're up. When are you going to start taking money? We're in this game to make money, and this is what people don't realize. A, you've got to save money. You need to live and fight another day. That is rule number 1 in investing in trading. Make sure that you've got enough capital for this bull market when we go into January. So right now, I believe Onyx XCN coin is going to come down into this purple order block up until the end of the year. Take out these 3 peaks. And then when everyone's being wiped out with another 55% retracement, losing half the money, everybody will give up in Onyx coin. Yeah? There might be a few diehard fans. which is in every coin, especially the ones that I bought down here, they don't mind. They're still in profit. If you bought down here prior to US elections, you're fine. You're like, yeah, I've taken a hit. Yeah. Still down 80% from that January high. And, who wants to lose 80% and a further 50 odd percent down here? Now, like I said, guys, you can double your bag and then buy at half price. That's a 4x in itself just by running up something that's actually got a narrative behind it, and that's looking to exceed these sort of 618 levels on the macro times. Yeah, we're already at the 618 and we expect to go higher on other crypto coins, like I say in the Discord. So, you're either a bull or a bear at this stage. But for me, I want to take advantage of these prices. Yeah. So anyway, I would be listening. If you are going to continue hodling in Onyx XCN coin, I would pay very, very, very close attention to this 0.006 level, this orange fib level. We could see a bounce. Yeah. If you don't get a bounce, you're screwed. You're going to be down half of your portfolio, yeah? It's all, especially if you're being hodling from here, because I imagine a lot of people got in late. Down 80% already. So you're going to have nothing left by the time the bull market comes around for Onyx XCN coin in January. Yeah? Just be careful, guys. Protect yourselves. But what I would say, I'm going to finish on a positive note. Once we do get down here, guys, end the year, I imagine, I could be wrong, but in my view, like I said, this is a downtrend. It's downtrend. What do you want to do? Do you want to catch a falling knife here at this 382? Yeah, this could be the bottom. This could be the bottom, but do I want to risk trying to catch the knife? No. I'm not a clown. I'm not a magician. I don't go juggling 3 knives and try and catch them all and start breathing fire. So until we see a bit of a bounce, I'd rather see a bounce and buy a little bit higher. Pay a premium at least. I'd rather pay a 10-20% premium than lose half of my money, because it requires a lot more capital to get back up to break even if it does fail. But ultimately, what I see going on down is here. Is this where this sort of crossroads? So you've got this red fib level, and then that macro support which we started, which we covered at the beginning of this video. So I see us liquidating that little pocket, 55% dip, and then I believe 2026 is going to be phenomenal, yeah? Q1, you're probably going to see the likes of Goliath mainnet go live, and it will absolutely rip like nobody's business. It'll go flying straight up. Minimum, it'll take out this high. So you're looking at the 786, and my guesses are you're going to take out all-time highs. That is a minimum. It's pretty much written in the stars, I believe, anyway. It's a big, big bull cycle this time around. It's a super cycle. You only have to look at the likes of Zcash and XRP. The printed sort of 7-year wedges. Yeah, this is a pivotal point now to align ourselves with a new business cycle. This is what's going to happen, guys, and this will go flying. So if you actually exit your position, take a cautious stance, get in here, boom, absolute rocket. Let's just measure up the gains from this sort of fib level. You're getting in around 0.002728. Ride that up. All-time highs, 70x. 70x. That's without going to the 1618 level. 1618 level's miles away. That's up at $6 and $6.21. $6.21, and people will be saying, "Well, we can't even reclaim a cent." No, we can't reclaim a cent right now. But we all know what XRP did back in the 2017-18 cycle. It ran up 60,000%. And when we did the comparison in a previous video, we compared the market cap of XCN to XRP, and the equivalent of a $3.80 XRP was the same as this sort of 1618 figure up here, around sort of $5-6. So don't tell me it can't happen, even if we just measured up now. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry, that can't happen. That can't happen. So I would imagine this will probably be the top as it stands. If we get that retracement down here, that would probably be the top. So 70, 71x for Onyx XCN coin, I would say that's the top, yeah? because these aren't guaranteed. These aren't guaranteed, these fib levels. There's no guarantee. That one's just absolutely absurd. So I wouldn't even look at that one. But for me, definitely 19, 20 cent. I reckon we can surpass that. Maybe like sort of 30 cent. Yeah, probably penetrate this with a wick. So I'd say around sort of 30, anywhere between 30 to 35 cent would probably be the top for Onyx XCN coin if we revisit this red trend line down here, where I am looking to buy Onyx XCN coin once I've doubled my bag in other coins, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and also consider joining the Discord as well. We've got plenty of targets for all the other cryptos. Like I say, we've got at least 3 or 4 coins now we are looking to basically double our bag on, and then we will be revisiting Onyx XCN coin later on in the year in order to take advantage of this sort of 70x move. Okay, guys, take it easy. I've been a Block Bull. The Block Bull is over and out.